5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. That's gonna work great, man.
My name is Tico Hatma, and I've been working for Island Oasis for the last 12 years. It has been a long ride, and I thought we did a very good job developing the brand, developing the area, the Caribbean. I remember we started in Curacao. We had a little business in Aruba, and I got a chance to start doing it, and 12 years later we grew from 2 islands to, I believe, like 10 right now, and from a couple of thousand cases to almost 50,000 cases. And so I would think, as this whole competition, the first Island Oasis competition on the island, I would think it came like a blessing in disguise. You know, all this crisis going on, and there was so many uncertainties and things like that. And I remember when I started, with all the bartenders back then. Right now they're older guys, they have their families, and I remember promising them one time, because I got a lot of requests for it back then, why don't you organize like a bartender competition. I was so busy, I was traveling, so I couldn't really stop and take care of that. So now we have this crisis going on. A couple of months ago I was thinking, I said, you know what, I'm here, I'm grounded a little bit, not traveling so much. I think, what, why not doing it now, and I started doing my research, call a couple of friends, and that's how it started. I remember the weekend sitting down with a couple of friends of mine. One of those guys, one of them is actually a producer. The other guy that I spoke with, he does business in furniture, like Home Depot. And back and forth, I was trying to give them my idea about bartending in general, and the situation, how it is right now in Curacao in particular. We have tourists going down. We need to go and research different markets, and all of a sudden I thought, what, maybe there is a tool that I can use right now, and still, do a good job, still sell the cases, and still grow the business, and hoping for better times. So I thought, what about the retail market? What about the local market? We are so focused on resorts and restaurants and stuff, and I think there is a lot of business out there. So I thought, let's do this competition, but a little different. I didn't went to my customers and ask them, I need some money because I want to organize something, this and that, I need sponsorship, this and that, airtime, media. I didn't do it. I tried to work with my friends, especially this producer. His name is Sechni, and I know he knows a lot about media, about internet, about newspapers and stuff. So I told him my idea. I said, you know what, why don't we try to do something ourselves, but putting the spotlight on the bartender as a profession. So we talked about it, and in a time that things are so difficult, and you see that the tendency that, you know, this profession is dying. I mean, if I look at the older guys, I still have good bartenders around, but the younger guys, I don't see, I don't see them as a real bartenders. It's like it's a dying profession. So I said, you know what, and I understand that these guys, they don't get the value they need, they don't get the attention they need. So I said, you know, let's put them in the spot, because you know what, at the end of the day, those are the guys in the front line, those are the guys selling the drink. They can make you, they can break you. That's my thought. So I said, you know, I call all of the bartenders I know. I said, you know, I'm gonna do something for you guys, but I'm gonna do it differently this time. I don't want obviously there is a commercial side to it, we all want to do business, but I wanted people to understand what these guys mean to us, for the local market, and especially for the market they serve, which is the tourist industry. I mean, imagine a guy in New York, in Holland, whatever, he's stressed out, he comes to the island for a couple of weeks. You know, the guy wants to relax. So basically, his best friend, I would think, is going to be, you know, a bartender. You know, this is the guy who's gonna have to listen to him and make him the drink he wants, and so on and so on. So having said that, we started this whole bartender competition, and amazingly, in a couple of days, we had sponsors all over the place. You know, we had a bill from the television company of $12,000. That is what the airtime we wanted for a couple of weeks, because we wanted to create like a reality show, not a stiff bartender competition, but a bartender competition a little bit out of the box, you know, with comedy in it, with acting, a little bit like a show. So we wanted to put like just one date and do that, but the reaction was so big that we had to organize preliminary rounds. So now we're looking at not one date, but like 6 dates, 5 preliminary rounds, and then the final. And you know, we got, actually I have to say, the whole media cooperated with this project, because they thought it was so generous, let me put it that way. And I remember sitting at the television company, sitting with the director, and I told him about my ID, and I was looking for a better price, obviously. And at the end of the conversation, he said, "You know what you guys want to do?" I was there with my friend, the producer Stephanie, and he said, "You know what you guys want to do? Create a hype, do a reality show, broadcast in every possible media, so you can have the whole 200,000 people in Curacao involved." Basically, what we want to create is, for a couple of weeks, that everybody on the island becomes like a bartender. So now we're sitting in his office, we're negotiating about the price, and I'm telling him, you know, the whole idea that we have. And he was listening to me. He was so quiet, and all of a sudden he said, "You know, for all the airtime you guys want, you know, every day on television, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, isn't that prime time? It's gonna cost you $12,000. I said, "Whoa, that's a lot of money." He said, "But the good news is that I want to sponsor this event with you." I was like, boom, blown away. And the better part of it is, he said, "I want to be one of the big sponsors, so I'm going to take the half." So the guy takes $6,000 for himself. That's the television company, meaning that we're going to get much more exposure than we expect. And then Building Depot came in, the liquor company came in, Delhi Caribbean, which is our distributor, came in. So basically, all the $12,000 was covered.